It all came to a head in 2009. The water in the Coorong was 5 times saltier than the sea. Farmers were going broke. We had to make food parcels for people. Dairy farmers were finished. I think a limited amount of 6 or 7 dairy farms left over at Meningie when there was 60. And people were just moping around, you know, it was almost suicidal. Easter 2008, we were finding turtles covered in tube worm. The reason was the salinity level. There was no fresh flow coming down the Murray-Darling Basin. And it was a pretty hard task for the kids to walk the edges of the river in the mud, saving the turtles. And this tube worm would latch onto the turtle and grow all the way over it. So we would find the turtles on the banks because this tube worm would double, sometimes triple the actual weight of the turtle. So once it was banged onto the land, that's where it would stay. We would find sometimes 90 a day in a very short distance.
We'd soak them in fresh water and then we'd get plastic spoons or screwdrivers and scrape the tube worm off, and if it didn't come off then we'd put them back in the fresh water and wait till the next day.
This little lady has only 3 legs. You can see where she would have had her limbs stuck out and the foxes chewed off her leg. We released 3,000. So left we have only 9 that we saved in that period of time. We would not release them back to where we found them on that occasion, because if we'd cleaned them off and put them back down at Clayton, it would only have been 6 weeks till they were back to that condition again. That's just how quickly the worm grew. I never thought in a million years that the water would be back like this in my lifetime. That was how far it was out. Everyone has to work together to keep the water flowing. We all have to look after the Murray-Darling system.